So as Corey finds himself a nice little warm spot and joins us, once again, thank you to Shane Price being down here today, and he's certainly circulating around, and man that loves his football, great to be here. Corey, now back in the commentary box, and what's in store for us on game 2, young man?
Yeah, North under 16 up against South under 16. Now, there's no grade title to be won in this one. That has already been decided over the first couple of weeks, and I will find the results for those ones and read you through those. And it's South who have claimed the title, 18-14 victory in week 2, and they opened things up with an 18-4 victory back in week 1. So South fairly dominant in this one, but it has been one of the better series throughout the region of origin, and really looking forward to this one. Average of 9 points has separated them over those opening 2 games. So we should be in for a good game as well, but I guess probably a real key one out of this one, Troy, is that there's an Auckland team to be chosen at the conclusion of this, so there's plenty to play for.
Absolutely, and they're about to come up against a group of young men who are viewing it as a test match, and I know Auckland Niue are really getting pumped up for this one, and looking forward to that. It'll be a fantastic game of football down here at Cornwall.
A couple of cool little angles in the coaches here. Simon Edemir, who we've called for a number of years in the Fox with Marist. He is the North coach today. Great to see him and Tash involved in the setup for this one. And Simon, I guess, well, still at the start of his coaching journey. And I know he got pulled out of retirement this year to lace up the boots one more time for Marist. Remains to be seen if that's going to be happening again. And also Sione Moala, who is a promising coach in the Auckland competition. His son, also named Sione Moala, a really, really good player who we've called in action for St. Paul's College this year as well. So we're just about ready to go here in this one, ladies and gentlemen. And our middle referee for this one is Zane Richardson. He's assisted by Brandon Tasker on the side. And into it we go, and a really good game to open the day, Troy, in that under 13 one. A try about 2 minutes from time from Rafael Seo, sealing the result, but it sort of had it all that game, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We went backwards and forwards. You know, both sides were right in the tussle right to the very end, and it still was unknown, you know, even down to the last couple of minutes with a few opportunities still yet to unfold. However, the result's the result, and we're into the next running attack from South here, these under 16-year-olds, and again, there's a couple of boys out here, and I'm 6'4", and I'm pretty sure this guy coming out, they've some tall lads, some big lads, and you know, they're broad, strong, and all set, ready to go. So we're in for another fantastic match of rugby league.
So South now finished this set with a kick from Tiariki Ford, which finds the winger on the full. So a good first set from South, and just sort of calming their way into this match, I guess. North now looking for that quick play of the ball. They'll go short now and bring Chan Tung into the game. Shifting play on now North, and here's an early opportunity on the edge. It's going to break down and go forward, and this will give South an opportunity now to launch an early attack here. Now the tall timber that you were talking about on screen, Troy, is Isaac Booth, who certainly stands out. He is a mountain of a man already, and towers above all on the field. It's going to be interesting to see him get involved in this one as play goes on. So scrum packs down now, and South prepare to launch their first attack in opposition territory. Here's a nice little bit of footwork from Johnny Proctor Hardwood, Pukakui High School boy. Madison Teku shakes out a one, and it's going to be a spilt ball in there, which will kill that one off. So an error each way inside the opening 3 minutes here at Cornwall Park. And scrum now to pack down. A look at the opening couple of games in this grade, and it was South who were 18-14 winners on September 15. That was the series opener. It was really a game dominated by the middle forwards. Madison Teku was a standout along with Carson off the bench. Come game 2 on September 22, it was once again South who got up for a victory, only by 4 points this time though. Standout performances in that game by Proctor Harwood and Jeremiah McGrath. They're firmly on the attack here now, South. They swing it out the back now, and this brings Morrison on the play. Morrison plays short to Booth. Booth now looking to drive those legs and get down towards the line. Morrison is set to his right instead, a little burrow out of dummy half, and that'll open the scoring here for South. It's Zedric Timai who just goes over from close range, and the marker defence was really non-existent on that occasion. And as a result, South get things going. It starts here with this good carry from Booth. You can just see how hard he is to bring down the rangy prop forward. Keeps those legs driving. By the end of it, there's 3 or 4 North defenders involved in it, and as a result, that's where the gap comes from on the next play. The markers do not get set here, and we will see Timai take full advantage here from close range. So Ford now lines up the kick right in front of the SportSafe uprights. Shout out to SportSafe, one of our supporters here at the Auckland Rugby League, sponsors of the SportSafe Arrow 9s. As Ford puts the kick over, and it is South who lead 6 points to 0. 5 minutes gone here at Cornwall Park, the second of our 3 live streamed games today.
Yeah, about 100 days to kick off for the ARL Sports 9s, Corey. So we'll just have to fight our way through Christmas for that one.
I did wonder what you were doing there, counting on your fingers. I did wonder what you're working out, but just counting down the kickoff.
Each finger's worth 20 days.
So North now make their way back to halfway, and well, already a couple of interesting storylines, as we mentioned, the 9s that are going to play out there. I believe a famous name may be returning to the coaching position at Mount Albert and 1-2 Hibiscus Coast as well. So already very much looking forward to that first taste of footy for the year.
Yes, the prodigal son returns home.
I don't want to say his name, so I'm not sure the club's announced it yet. We don't want to steal their thunder, but I'm sure our fans out there are more than aware of all the rugby league rumours doing the rounds. We see a player down here now. This is Solala, who is picked up an injury here now. He's only hung a high school student, plays footy at the school, and clutching, I think, at a knee here. So we're going to have a short little break here as we get some work-ons here. Plenty coming up over the next couple of weeks at the Auckland Rugby League. The Auckland Vulcans travel down to Rotorua next week for the National Youth Tournament. The 15s and the 17s. They'll take on New Zealand's best in those age groups. And well, I think certainly the 15s, building off last year where they made the grand final, they'll be a really good chance of being there once again. And speaking to the coaching staff this week, they're well aware of it. They've reminded the players, and although it is all new playing group, certainly feeding off that past success. So very much looking forward to it. It's going to be a really good few days down there. We're going to get down for a couple of the days of games, and looking forward to seeing everyone in action.
And would it be wrong for us to think that it'd be kind of cool if the Vulcans took that out?
No, absolutely not. You know, I think the Vulcans brand has certainly come back to life over the last few years, and you know, I was part of their trip down to the Waikato at the start of this month. That was a really cool occasion going down there, absolutely. And well received by Waikato as well, who probably don't get too many opportunities to play meaningful footy. So the Auckland Rugby League doing some really good work in those spaces, and I guess trying to help grow the game outside of Auckland as well. It can't be all about Auckland, and there is an aspect to this about growing the game. So looking forward to seeing all of that in action as well, and plenty happening at home as well. We've got the Holiday Blast kicking off next week as well. The details for that
Monday,
are available
First one's at Waiok.
on the website as well, and really cool to be out at Waioko for the first one, and then Hibiscus Coast as well. So we're just about at the two extremes of the Auckland Rugby League's jurisdiction. So very much looking forward to being part of that as well. As we see a big shot tished out there by Elam Payne.
And to the young fellow that's just gone off out the back of the dead ball area there, speedy recovery to him. Looks like he's okay. He's just slowly walking it off in the background there with his trainers as we continue with the action out here in front of us. Nice little step here.
Morrison now,
Two.
steps one, steps two, and now they've got options
Good
out
offload.
here on this right wing, and perhaps wisely they get to a kick as well via Malohi. It's not a long kick, and North recover now and will start this set 40 metres off their own line. Trailing by 6 early on. They'll get a penalty here, which will help. This will piggyback them down into good ball situation here now. Looks like it's going to be...
As we wait for that kick for touch to turn, Wiseman's saying, holy moly, Gordy Gibbons is in the house. So we might be able to catch up with him a wee bit later on at the end of this match. And looks like we've got a few ARL directors out and about today enjoying the footy down here at Cornwall Park. So if you are in the neighbourhood, come and join us. A lot of good footy to be played out. And the referee says, no, we're going to restart that.
Little false start on that one, and we will get back to it now. And this is the big number 10, Mahoney, who carries forward now. North, after going down early now, looking to build something here. This is the edge back
Good
rower,
strong carry.
Sevelio Thompson. Takes them to 20 metres out from the line. He gets driven back, though. Good defence. Short
it's
at the
left it
line,
behind.
and the ball comes spilling out. And tell you what, for a second there, I thought that may have been play on, and all of a sudden, Timai would have been a little bit of space. He's already got one try to his name today. So instead, the scrum will pack down now. This will be a south feed. Not a bad option that time. Certainly the shape looked pretty good, Troy. The execution just a little bit off, and as a result, the ball comes out.
So North really do need to mount a little bit of pressure here. Get a couple of... It's all right, I can take care of that. Sorry, we do a number of jobs here at the live streaming unit. You need to tell me. I don't understand.
So back underway we go. I apologise for the background noise there. As Troy mentioned, we do a few different bits down here on the ground in the ARL commentary booth.
Just taking care of the audio for the referees. You might be able to pick up a wee bit of that now. As South look to get a fast play the ball away. Nice little drop back on the inside.
Kolatol. Directing traffic again as Morrison takes it to the line,
Good
gets the offload away as well. Nice stuff from Morrison. He's had some classy touches already in this one. Will he be a name that is called out in the Auckland representative team? And that is named next week.
Yeah, and rightly, as you've said, you know, they're playing for a spot to represent Auckland in the Auckland Niue game.
Play moved on
Good
here
offload.
now from South, and this is really nice. They break down the left edge,
left
and the
it
ball
behind them.
ends up coming loose, but it looked promising for a little while there, and Proctor Harwood got into open space. He has been trouble all tournament, and that time doesn't end up with the try at the end of it, but certainly South looking good when they move this footy.
Good to see the young referees taking part as well, and if you are interested in becoming a referee, big shout out to the Auckland Referees Association, as you can get to them through our website, aucklandleague.co.nz.
Yeah, some exciting news on the refs this week as well. Our very own Joseph Green, who's come through the Auckland Rugby League system. He's going to be heading off to the Emerging Nations World Cup, along with a number of our players as well. And we'll have a story on that tomorrow, which will detail some of the players who will be taking the field. We've got a player in the Hong Kong squad, a number in the Niue squad, as well as the majority of the New Zealand physical disability team, which will be made up of Auckland players as well. So great to see a strong Auckland flavour at the tournament.
Good tussle and tackle here, but the referee's not having it. And a big thank you to our live stream partner for the 2018 season, CTAS, bringing you all the live images here today.
So North now, they work it forward, and that's Hollobin who has taken the ground. Took a quick play of the ball as well, and off it, Maroriki Wiki makes some good yardage. 30 out from the line now, North, looking for their first points of the game. They trail by 6. 14 minutes gone here at Cornwall Park, the second of our 3 live streamed games on the day.
They held off him, didn't they? Ooh.
Payne straightens. He's right in front of the uprights now. They get to a quick play of the ball as well. Here's trouble for South as they burrow down low via Afaiki. Clear the ruck now, and they get to the kick in behind.
Just
It's
a little deep.
fairly well weighted initially, but the chase just wasn't up to it, and as a result, it eventually rolls dead. So North, well, they've had a couple of opportunities now, just not quite getting the execution right so far, but some promising signs for them as well. Just need to find a way, I think, to counter this. Go forward from South, and just as I say that, it's one of the smaller
Great
men
run.
who breaks downfield is Jeremiah McGrath. He's part of the Vodafone Warriors development system, a St. Paul's College student. As Morrison now takes it to the line, and they're going to get a penalty off the back of this as well. And just like that, South have ended up going 30 or 40 metres downfield off a couple of carries. And they're right into attacking position now. They'll kick for touch. Chew off a couple extra.
Great to see the support in the crowds there. The game's out in the background there, Corey. A lot of people down here today at Cornwall Park. So if you're in the neighbourhood, as you said earlier, come and join us. Waiting for the Steeden to turn back up.
So back to it we go, and it is Madison Teku with the first carry. Old Eddie College student, short at the line. Morrison links with his big man. This is Ito. Another penalty. Back-to-back penalties here now, and North being made to do a whole lot of defensive work here. How much longer can they hold on for?
Tap and go. You still having to think about it. No, they're going to take the kick, are they?
And they are, so interesting decision there, and perhaps not a bad one at all, given it's shaping as a fairly tight sort of encounter here, and they're going to look to extend their lead out to a 2-score one. And it's going to be Tiariki Ford to attempt the conversion from right in front of the uprights, and they certainly had a conversation ongoing there.
And you just heard Gordy Giddens in the background asking about cold green tea. That was cold green tea, no tea here, but you can get a coffee at the pie cart over there. And come and join us down here at Cornwall Park. There's a lot of action on. Give me the count on that. Did we get flags up?
Yep, flags up from Ford, which extends the lead to 8. And with 17 minutes gone, South tracking pretty nicely in this one, looking to make it a clean sweep in this particular series. But this is a key result for the overall standings. South must win this one. North have, to our knowledge, at this point gone out to a 2-win lead. Of course, we will try and bring you some of the results from around the fields ahead of the remaining game, because that could end up being the deciding game for us. But right now, it is North in control of the series. Here's Booth. Lines it up. Takes it straight back at them. It's good defense he's met by, though, and involved in it was Joseph Chantung. He gets tangled up in the play of the ball afterwards. Good line speed this time from North, although the first up contact is lacking, and He crawls for a couple of extra yardage. That's the bench man, Papalosa. Ford changes direction now. Straight back up through the middle. This is physical stuff. What about the offload? And Morrison's hanging off his shoulder. Up over halfway now is South. Team I, the dummy half. It's a slow one. It's a penalty. And really, can't complain too much with that one. Referee Richardson left with no choice but to blow the penalty. This time they're going to look for touch. 6 minutes remaining in the half here. In fact, 30-minute halves for this one, so 12 minutes remaining. So Team I restarts play now. This is the centre, Paruru. Takes them to within 5 out from the line. He gets put down in the end in sort of awkward fashion. Limbs flailing everywhere. He's back up to his feet though, thankfully. Here's Papalosa. Takes 3 to stop him. They drive him back. 5 out from the line. Team I looks to his left. He will centralise things now. This is Morrison. It goes half to Ford. Ford dinks a little kick in behind. It's not well weighted and it will drift dead, but South thrown plenty at this North team here, looking to add to their 8-0 lead here at Cornwall Park. Apologise for the background noise. The commentary box is just blowing apart as we speak, and we will get that resolved over the next few minutes. And it looks like actually North have forced that one, so we've missed that on the initial call. So it's going to be a dropout and South will get back-to-back uses of the footy here. Now off the back fence, they get things rolling. This is Nigel Edo. Jump out of dummy half with Proctor Harwood. So damaging this centre. He's been one of the real standouts in this grade. And he would be a likely name to be included in that Auckland representative team, which will be named next week. The ball flicks out the back. It's messy, but there's no knock on. And as a result, they recover now and work it forward via Teku. Team I looks to his left. This is Papalosa. He gets chopped down. 5 out from the line. North now giving it their all on their line. They've been forced through a lot of defence in this one. Morrison, the step, the duck, the dive. Morrison's going to go over here. Yes, he is. Right next to the sports safe upright. Simple as that. Francis Morrison really just steps his way through from close range. Beat the first one, and then from there, North were always scrambling. Let's take a look now on the Region of Origin replay brought to you by the Rugby League Development Foundation. He's threatened a couple of times with his footwork, this kid. You can just see here now, sells him.
Great step.
With the big step, almost does 2 and 1 there.
3.
And a la Sean Johnson just dances his way through there. Really nice stuff from Francis Morrison, who has had a really good game so far. And he stretches the lead now to 12 with a kick to come from in front, and South are looking pretty good.
I've got nothing. I'm trying to breathe.
So Tiariki Ford to attempt this conversion from just to the left of the uprights. It should be a fairly simple one for him, and indeed it is. The flags go up and South stretch the lead out to 14 with 8 minutes to play here at Cornwall Park. This would be a key victory for South in the overall race for regional honours. And we will look at halftime to bring you an update from around the ground so we can see exactly where we are at with that overall tally.
Yeah, that's the call from the supporters on the far side there. Let's go North. And they certainly need to get back into the game quick smart.
So North to get us back underway. There's a bit of a breeze now coming up here at Cornwall Park, and that one just stays in the field of play. And it looks like that breeze probably would be just slightly favouring North perhaps in this half. Tough to get a read on, it's sort of swirling on and off.
An absolute stunner day for rugby league.
As indeed, and the crowd have turned out en masse as they have done for the last 2 weeks as well. It's been a brilliant initiative, this Region of Origin series, as Proctor Harwood breaks down the left and then is closed down and taken into touch. I think he's not happy about it. Talk of a high shot here, and as a result it will be a penalty. It will go the way of South, so they'll keep possession here. See in the background, Coach Sione Moala.
Just trying to G him up a wee bit. Set made touch, he touched it.
Back into it we go now. They'll miss out the big man and instead link up with the back rower. This is Sawani Kolatau. Zedric Timai, the dummy half. Looks out to his right. This is Madison Teku. Timai. Down the short corridor they will go. And I tell you what, that's a fair defensive effort from North, but it might not be enough. It won't be. It's going to be a try in the corner to Tamihana Paruru. But the scramble defence from North, pretty impressive that time. They just about saved it after all hope it appeared lost early on here. It starts here with a good carry forward, and then they just don't get numbered up on this edge. You'll see plenty of talk going on back into the inside. Zedric Timai knows exactly where he's going. Just jumps out. Nice early ball as well. That was a real key feature of this one. They shifted the ball quickly, and from there, Paruru finishes nicely in the corner for South.
As we wait for him to tee up, big acknowledgement to the 2018 Auckland Rugby League sponsors, SAS Sporting Apparel, major sponsors of the SAS Box, and also the SAS College Rugby League. Crown Lift Trucks, major sponsors of Sharman Cup, and without their support, a lot of what we do would not be achievable. So thank you for that. Big shout out to them.
So Tiariki Ford, his most difficult conversion of the day, there's no doubt about that. You see in the background one of the North players down. Ford strikes it and it falls
in front.
Short, and so the score will remain South 18, North 0. 4 minutes to go in the first half here in the under-16 open grade.
Pretty impressive first half start, 18-point spread.
Yeah, and they've looked pretty convincing, haven't they, through the middle of the park, and very dangerous on their edges as well. So back into it we go. Again, the kick goes down to that near side corner to our cameras. South looking to build on this lead now. For North, it's just a case of getting to half-time, get into the sheds and see if we can turn things around in the second. This is Latu Tuipolotu, the De La Salle boy. A good carry forward there. He got up grimacing, so that's nothing too serious. Ford shows, goes, takes it to the edge. Was that touched by a North hand? Yes, it was, says referee Richardson. So another set coming up here for South. So scrum to pack down. Just about right on halfway. Forward with the feed. Comes out and finds Morrison, who quickly shuffles play on to Proctor Harwood. Manurewa All-Stars boy. He's a New Zealand Residents Under-16s representative as well. Another of the Vodafone Warriors development members in this squad. Ford, little dummy that time, and plays in Tuipulotu. Tuipulotu keeps things moving, and now South have got an opportunity out wide. Taking the ground under the weight of Afiiki. Casting the dummy half. Comes back towards the middle now via Timai. Carson, they'll head down to the left edge now. A little bit of ball playing from the big prop forward. Now there's space on the edge, although he's decked to ground just in time as well. Nigel Ito, he's causing some trouble in this game. That's a terrible pass out of dummy half, but it ends up coming off all right now. Morrison with the looping ball over the top. There's space on this edge if they can execute it. North do well to scramble, and now the counter-attack might be on. Well done, North. Very little has gone their way in this half, but that was a gutsy goal line stand, and they turned the ball over. And let's just hope now they can maintain possession here and look to finish this half on a high. At 18-0, the game's not over, but that was a key set for them. As they now work it out via the centre, this is Ocean Pisi. Luciano Ikitau jumps off the back of that one. You could forgive North for being a little tired here now as Nigel Ito dishes out some punishment, but more than up to task was Afiiki.
Felt that a little bit too, Corey.
Swing it out the back, and now they get to a kick via the half. Wikitera Matao.
Well, the vertical sidestep.
A couple of plays left in this game. And it does look like we'll go to the sheds at 18 points to 0. South dominant through these opening exchanges. So that'll do us for the first half. It is South who have a fairly comfortable lead going into the sheds. We're going to take a very short break now before we get back to the action for the second half here at Cornwall Park for the 2018 Region of Origin Series, brought to you by the Rugby League Development Foundation.